National Nightmare is over. Welcome back to the Big Bit Theory, the opening episode of Season 2. I'm Bill Culhane along with Jim Ward. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for your patience as we've been away for a while. In Season 2, we're going to have special guests, banter and bids, crazy bids, that is, of course. In this episode, Jim and I are going to recap what we've been up to, set the stage for Season 2, and Jim, as always, is going to close down the show with the initial installment of Crazy Bids for Season 2. Jim, after our sabbatical, it feels great to be back in the studio, my friend.
Buenos dias, Bill. How you doing, Bill? Nice to be back. Very nice to be back, isn't it?
Yeah, where have you been?
Okay, well, over the sabbatical, I spent some time in Russia with Vladimir Putin. We were shirtless, horseback, shirtless, quite a bit, actually. In fact, we probably actually, Bill, we were shirtless more than we had shirts on, always on horseback.
It's amazing that the media didn't pick up on that.
It's under his thumb. It's crazy, his little world. Vladdy, shout out if you're listening, and of course you are. And an interesting segue. After that, I went to the Harbin Ice Lights Festival, which I had brought up in previous podcasts. So I know this kind of looks bad, Bill, because I'm going from Russia to China. They barely let me back in the States, But anyway, I just got back and right in time for South by Southwest here in Austin. If you can't have fun at South by Southwest, something's wrong with you.
I read the police reports, Jim. Didn't you also, and I know going back to Season 1, you got involved in biomimicry.
Yes, I have been enthralled with this new science, biomimicry, which we'll be talking about later in the season. It is basically taking nature's creations and applying them to everyday uses. But yeah, that's just one of a couple of topics that we will be hitting with fervor.
Well, Jim, I haven't had quite the exciting travels you have, but I have traveled mainly throughout the South, obviously preaching the gospel of the Big Bid Theory, also meeting with various people about the world of government procurement. If anybody missed it, before we launched Season 2 last week, we had a press conference where we covered Season 1 and also a look forward to Season 2. Anybody who missed it, you can go to Bid Prime's YouTube channel to watch the video. Jim, I was as surprised as you were that there were that many members of the nation's media in attendance.
Well, what was fascinating to me was I don't think that the Hollywood Foreign Press actually votes on podcasts. It seemed like, the entire that part of the media was there. The entire entertainment. I mean, the whole red carpet intro didn't help, I suppose.
Yeah, that was a little audacious. Now, Jim, one thing that you and I have said since we cracked the mics for the very first time back in April of 2015, that obviously we want the podcast to be entertaining, but we also want to provide information that people can use and also reinforce the concept, the idea that governments will request, governments will buy literally anything and everything. And that's something that as time has gone by, it took me a while to grasp that concept. Last season, we talked about holodecks. We talked about Burning Man. Well,
yes, we did. Yes.
I don't mean to put pressure on you, my friend. The crazy bid that you came up with to start Season 2 of the Big Bid Theory, I was convinced you were joking.
You know what? When I first heard about it, Bill, I didn't believe it. I actually...
This crazy bid is smoking.
This crazy bid is just... I can't think of another funny metaphor. He just stole it. It's addicted. I don't know. The state of Louisiana. Is it? Hold on. Is it a state?
I love the state of Louisiana.
No. But is it a state versus a commonwealth?
Well, they have parishes rather than counties.
That's what I'm saying. But is it a state?
Well, before we embark, let me say this, and you can even go to my bio on my Twitter, contract_hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Cajun food is my favorite food group. So tread lightly, Jim.
I shall. No, I shall. So Louisiana has given us a lot of great things. I mean, the Big Easy, right? The Purchase, the Big Easy. I mean, Katrina. Not to be outdone. A bid has come out for the state of Louisiana for their Department of Public Health. Now, this is for...
Can I repeat that?
Please do.
Okay, Jim, everybody listening, Jim just said the Department of Public Health.
This is going to sound wrong, but it's frighteningly accurate. It is for, I'll just say it, it's for 900 cartons of cigarettes.
Of what?
Of cigarettes. Cigarillos. 900 cartons. Do the math. That's a lot, okay? Now, it's not going to a prison, okay? Bill, you would think, that makes sense.
I wouldn't want it to go to a prison, Jim.
Well, I mean, it's currency. I mean, you know how it works on the inside.
I don't. Do you?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, but I watched TV. I mean, at Oz and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, no, this is going actually to a hospital, and it's a 3-year term contract. I was so mesmerized by this. I did call the procurement officer, and I won't name her name.
It's an active bid, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's definitely an active bid, and but no, I called the woman, and I'm sorry, I am trying to find her name because I was going to call her out, but luckily.
Well, while you look for a name, let me just add this: that we went into our database, and if you're shocked by the fact that the state of Louisiana is requesting 900 cartons of cigarettes, understand it isn't isolated. That being request for tobacco products isn't isolated to the Pelican State, as we found a number of tobacco-related bids in our database. Did you find her name?
I did. I spoke with a very nice woman, Vicky Hebert,
probably.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. Yes. So nice Cajun woman, Vicky Hebert, and she confirmed the quantity, 900 cartons of cigarettes. Now the caveat, Bill, you can't just get any kind of cigarettes, right? That you had to pick from the brands on this list that was a gigantic file. So I mean, every Marlboro, Camel, what else is there? Winston, Salem, Winston, whatever. But so here's what I want to know, though, Bill. What are they doing with them for real? I mean, what the blank are they doing with them?
During our production meeting when you brought up the crazy bid, and again, crazy bid. This puts a lot of pressure on you to, exceed what you came up with this time. But when I first heard you say the words and you covered the bid, I thought, okay, research.
So, well, here's a couple things. Okay, so some caveats. This isn't as simple as just showing up with 900 cartons of, Marlboro Reds, let's say. No. They need a certain quantity of these to be, let's see, full flavor. Full robust nicotine flavor, which I'm assuming would be I don't know, a Pall Mall unfiltered, which I used to smoke back when I was young and smoked cigarettes, or is that like a Marlboro Light? And then the other caveat is it's kind of gross. Actually, it makes me sick. They need half of them to be menthol. Who smokes menthol? Seriously. So anyway, that part has to be part of this approved list as well of every brand of cigarettes you've ever heard of. So what is the hospital going to be doing with these? I literally don't know, but the woman was so nice whenever I called to get the data. I just kind of left her alone,
Yeah, and just to go back to the point I made earlier, the state of Louisiana, they are not alone in terms of submitting bid requests for tobacco-related products. As a matter of fact, looking at the information from our database here, there are other states requesting cigarettes, tobacco products. What else did I say?
But are there any healthcare? Any hospitals?
Touche.
Hospitals, people.
That's an important qualifier, isn't it? But seriously, there's chewing tobacco. Here we go. I feel better now. National Reduced Tobacco Use Conference. That sounds like that was a more noble bid request, but anyway,
no, see, there's no judgment on this end. Being an ex-smoker, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, well, you get the idea. And Jim, again, I don't want to put pressure on you, partner. Maybe this is one that you should have sandbagged and put in your back pocket for a future bi-weekly edition of the Big Bid Theory. But
I wanted to come out blazing. And just pop, 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 pop.
Well, there you go, partner. And again, it's great to see you. It's great to be back, and our staff. Our staff, as we look through the glass, it's great to see Lauren and everybody back. How come we're smiling more than they are?
I think that's usually the case. And now they're faking it. Whatever.
That doesn't work either. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Next time, we'll be joined by a top name in government purchasing. The pressure will be on for Jim to top this crazy bid, as we mentioned.
Cigarettes in the hospital in Louisiana, 900 cartons.
There you go. Well, Jim, that's, I guess, the start of a parting shot for our intelligent, witty, and very good-looking audience. Yes. What else do you want to leave everybody with?
I just wanted to say thanks for all of our loyal listeners. It's the stories. I literally have some of the funniest stories about running into people just serendipitously, and the podcast coming up, and I'm like, you're kidding me, right? Like, you listen to that. Wow.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
But thank you for all the listeners. And
it's great to be back.
Yes.
Every other week, folks, you'll be able to tune in right here to the Big Bid Theory. Please remember to download, share, and follow TBBT on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeart, iTunes, and elsewhere. You can email me at bcallhane@bidprime.com or Jim at jward@bidprime.com. The show's Twitter handle, with thousands of followers, by the way, the Twitter handle is @TheBigBidTheory. Jim's on Twitter as Jim Ward, the number 6. I go by contract_Hunter. For Jim, our staff, who still, from the looks of it, are absolutely thrilled to be back behind the glass, I say sarcastically. Thanks to you for coming back to our little show. Until 2 weeks from now, go Gunners, Barracudas, Tigers, and Bobcats, and we wish you all the best in growing your business.
Arson out.
We're having so much fun on the Big Bid Theory. At Jim and Bill, on the Big Bid Theory. Bill seems to know his stuff much more so than Jim. And we're talking government procurement with a crazy Bill thrown in. At Jim and Bill, on the Big Bid Theory. On the Big Bid Theory.